Okay guys, so I'm going to do the review on ARTHAS, the Lich King. Yeah, this guy is, no pun intended, I hate doing that, is cool as hell. Right, we'll start with the skins. Right, so obviously the standard one looks really damn good anyway, yeah, it stands out looking better than most. The only skin cooler than his is obviously Tyrael's. But going from here, we have the bit darker, more icy looking version and a pure white ice type of skin. Yeah, so he starts there, a bit darker, then a lot lighter. His full armoured version is there, so you can see the difference. Gains two of the same shoulder pads, bigger crown, sword stays the same for obvious reasons, and he gains more of a stronger cape. After that it goes hardly any difference really, just the trim seems to change, and then a purpley pinky kind of thing. You can't really tell the difference. His sword changes colour, of course, that's probably the biggest notice, is that. And then it goes to him without his crown, his frostworm version, and then it goes to quite a human version. Like, look at that sword, his sword's completely changed, and it's like his bone, dragon bone or something. So these are pretty cool. I mean, that's not bad. That's probably the best one, more realistic, and he's got like some massive penis sticking out there. And then this is his original before he become the Lich King as ARTHAS himself. Then he gets his different skins there. Yeah, but all in all, I think that's probably the best. Obviously, because it's his master skin, but these are pretty good. All around, they're all pretty nice skins. You know, none of them look terrible at all. So I really like him. Going on to him himself, here information. He is a melee warrior, so he's there to take and give damage as much as possible. His moves are Death Coil, which is basically something you launch at the enemy and it sort of blows up in like a second after hitting them. So it's a delayed hit. Root and damage. It sort of does like a little blast of ice at them. So my breakfast, blast of ice, and just freezes the damages them and freezes them in ground. Frozen Tempest. He basically puts a big sphere around him, it's constantly doing frost damage to everything that gets in its way. And the Frostmourne activate. Basically, as soon as you click like D, he's able to do like a move. His notable attack gets like 25% stronger or something like that. And it also restores mana, which is quite handy. His ultimates, that's it. One's obviously summon your big dragon. That just flies across and does a huge line all across the battlefield of ice and damage to everything like that, and structures as well. But your better one is actually the ghouls. If ghouls come out the ground and start attacking enemies as well, so you have like a lot more DPS coming down, but you can also sacrifice them to heal you, which is also very handy. So that's kind of it. My thoughts, I was hoping for ARTHAS to be like my main guy. I've always really liked him. I've obviously never played WoW, and I've always really liked this character. I love all his cinematics, I love his story, I love basically how he is and how he looks. But he didn't play up to what I was expecting, hence why my main characters I use are on level 7, 6, 7. Yeah, and ARTHAS, it was like the first one I bought with the coins for 10,000, and he's still at 5. Right? So usually, you generally want everything to be focused around your ice moves or your health, right? So either the Frozen Tempest increased size, or you generally want the health to be regen faster. He's okay. He's okay at hitting structures. Yeah, he's not the best, but he can do quite a bit of damage to the cannons and stuff like that, because he's got his Frozen Tempest going off. But like I say, he's there to be in the group and is there to deal a lot of damage. If you have this, then you can take out most things one-on-one. When you are here, it's basically, it's kind of hard to it's all, either you can have a complete Frostmourne like boost for everything, but like I'm saying, it's very much depending if you're wanted to try and take out heroes one-on-one is your general build. I'm just having it here so you can just generally see what they are, like, because I've not used it for a while, so a lot of things have changed with him, so I do need to use him again. But yeah, so obviously, I mean, that was handy against structures. Your frozen damage, your tempest damage is increased by 50%, but also his mana cost is increased by 50%. But that again do a lot of damage as you're hitting away. This is your mortal coil. You can heal. Generally, people have this so you can heal yourself, increase your heals on it. Because there's one here. There's one somewhere where it makes it aim for you. I think this is it. Decal also used on enemies. When used on self, it heals by an increase of 50%. Because it doesn't actually heal you anyway if you aim it at yourself. And this is usually, you always want the resurrect. Unless you're doing a really good game where you only had a couple deaths. So if not, you would always get the extra ghouls and they last 50% longer, because that is a lot more DPS going against enemies. Can quite easily overwhelm them. You know what I mean? And this, yeah, like the dragon's cool, but he's not as handy. I don't think, because these guys, you can pull them up and just take out cannons, take out heroes, really help out in a group battle situation. Just because you pulled up loads of dudes they're quite strong as well. I'll do quite a bit of damage. But all round, for a melee warrior, yeah, you would. Tyrael is all round better, way better for a melee warrior. It's the same class, the same thing roughly. Both there with the sword. That's why I'm comparing the two, because they both are a unit with the sword. But escapability, it doesn't really have much escapability. That's why, again, Tyrael I choose him, because he can escape very well with his sword teleport. Escapability doesn't really have much of it whatsoever, and he doesn't even have a chance to do a blink. The only thing you got is you freeze you to root your targets in the ground for like a second or two. That's kind of it. He's not amazing against buildings. Yeah, he can do it, but he's not amazing. He's good against mercenaries, because he's got the equivalent of that fire that people can get from his instant ability of the Frozen Tempest. He's got that, so he can take out camps quite early on, mercenary camps quite early on. Heroes, he can stand his own against heroes, because you can get an ability with your Frostmourne to strike twice, which is very, very good. Let me see. All that, you can have that thing that makes it 150% more damage. You know, you can have it very strong. I'm trying to find the one where you can hit twice there. Increase, so basically increase application to your next two basic attacks. So that makes it a beast. So you have this thing, have that 150%. Then you get that, and you do some mad crazy damage, especially if you've already chucked your Frozen Tempest on. It does a lot of damage. So yeah, that's my sort of thoughts about him. He's good. He's a good guy to use, but you can use better melee warriors, and even she's a melee assassin. There's a lot of people that outdo ARTHAS. That's the thing. He's one of the better looking guys, one of the cooler, better stories and everything like that. But you generally do have better people to use. But that's it, guys. I'll do a couple games with him now actually, and post a video to show his. Oh well, I don't know. Anyway, that's it, guys. If you could like, comment, and subscribe.